As the co-author of Lisa Marie's upcoming memoir, Riley Keough will reveal heart-wrenching secrets of her mother's childhood at Graceland.
I don't like talking about this.
One of the most important revelations will be how traumatizing Elvis's death was to his only child, who was only 9 years old at the time. Lisa always kept private about how she felt when her father died, except for a few brief moments.
His body was in the house for 3 days, and there was something very oddly comforting about that, which made it not necessarily real for me, as I stayed in there with it almost the whole time. We can stop.
But in her memoir, Lisa will finally reveal all the pain she felt as she, quote, got dragged screaming out of the bathroom as she ran towards Elvis's body on the floor, unquote. When the world looks back on the date, August 16, 1977, Presley's death is viewed through the lens of the media and the fans in terms of what Elvis Presley's cultural impact was.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing.
But what about the perspective of his 9-year-old daughter? What got lost in all that public scrutiny is the trauma that affected Lisa for the rest of her life. Lisa suffered a great amount of loss at a young age. Not only did she lose her father when she was 9 years old, but 2 years later she lost her grandfather, Vernon Presley, and a year after that, her great-grandmother, Minnie Mae Presley. What made coping with Elvis's death that much harder is that Lisa was very close with her father, and she really looked up to him. Since Lisa's bedroom was on the second floor near her father's, Elvis and Lisa spent a lot of time together alone upstairs at Graceland.
A lot of it was just being alone with him. He had set himself up in my room upstairs and had a chair and a table and a TV. So at any time he'd be in there watching TV or just
with you.
I think he just kind of it was like a retrieve for him to come in and sit there. So I could wake up in the middle of the night and he'd be there and we would talk.
41 years after her father's death, 50-year-old Lisa was still longing for that fatherly protection that was taken away from her at such a young age.
Because I do feel like, he would be there, he would protect me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the protection that I haven't ever had since I was 9. And so I think, especially recently, I think that he would absolutely protect me.
In January 2024, Riley announced that she would be completing her mother's memoir that was unfinished at the time of her death. Few people had the opportunity to know who my mom really was, other than being Elvis's daughter, Riley said. I'm so excited to share my mom now, at her most vulnerable and most honest, unquote. Riley will narrate the audiobook, which will include some previously recorded recollections by Lisa Marie. Another intimate detail that will be discussed in Lisa Marie's book is her recurring battle with substance abuse. It was reported that her struggle was worse than anyone knew. After Elvis died, Lisa rebelled, and from ages 13 to 17, she had a problem taking all kinds of substances. I don't know how I lived through it, unquote. Unfortunately, Lisa's problems returned in her 40s when she got addicted to painkillers as she was recovering from the difficult birth of her twins, Harper and Finley, who were born in October 2008. As In Touch Weekly reported, this led to a reported 5 stints in rehab and the temporary loss of custody of the twins amid her divorce from husband number 4, Michael Lockwood. I was a mess. I couldn't stop, Lisa Marie confessed in a 2017 deposition. In 2018, Lisa was still going through a stressful custody battle over her twins and felt so vulnerable. That was why her recording of Where No One Stands Alone, in 2018 as a duet with her father was so poignant for her.
Which is a nice feeling knowing that he would, and that's kind of why this song, that's why I did it. It just fell in my lap, and I thought, oh, I'm really connected to it right now, and for some reason this is happening, and I need to do it.
And that must be the reason that the title, From Here to the Great Unknown, which is one of the lines in the song, was chosen as the title for her memoir. It's extremely emotional and also very therapeutic, Riley said about working on her mother's memoir. It makes me feel very close to her. She had been working on it for I want to say 3 or 4 years, and it's just something I felt that I needed to do for her and help her complete that project, unquote. One question mark about the new memoir is how much detail will be shared about Lisa's death. The autopsy report revealed that Riley disclosed information about her mother to the authorities about Lisa's health at the time of her death. As reported in the autopsy, Riley told the investigator that, quote, Lisa Marie had a history of issues with her blood sugar and blood pressure. She was taking medications for her blood pressure. She had cosmetic surgery a few months prior and was prescribed opiates after. The report continues to describe that Lisa Marie had a history of overmedicating. She was known to forget that she had taken her medications and would take them again. She had reportedly been clean from abusing substances since 2015. She smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. She had experienced issues with constipation for years. She also had had a distended abdomen for years. She had complained of abdominal pain for the past few months. She did not seek medical attention. She also had complaints of feeling feverish and vomiting and/or feeling nauseated for months, unquote. 6 months after she died, the County of Los Angeles Medical Examiner officially concluded that Lisa's cause of death was due to a small bowel obstruction caused by scar tissue that developed after a previous bariatric surgery years ago. Lisa returned to Graceland just a few days before her death to commemorate the 88th birthday of her father at the annual proclamation ceremony. Lisa invited her grief counselor, David Kessler, for that visit to Graceland. Kessler was still helping her deal with her son Benjamin's suicide from 3 years prior in 2020. Kessler said the night of January 7, 2023, he sat with Lisa by the graves of her father and son at Graceland. Kessler said Lisa Marie pointed out that she would be buried there someday. Kessler said to her, "A long time from now." Lisa Marie replied, "Yes, I have so much I still want to do." The truth is Lisa Marie had plans to finish her autobiography and start a podcast in order to help other people by sharing what she went through. After her death, Kessler revealed that he and Lisa were planning on doing a podcast about grief together. Preparing my mother's autobiography for publication has been a privilege, albeit a bittersweet one, Riley explained. I do hope that readers come to love my mom as much as I did. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video to help this channel grow. For more fascinating facts about Elvis, pick up one of Trina Young's For Elvis books. Read a free excerpt at elvisbiography.net. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. And keep watching more Elvis videos here.